This is an X Squad affiliate podcast. X Squad.
The number one cheap rocket jersey firm.
Lonely Hunts Cafe.
Spicy conversations.
Vince Wright, the sports governor from Minnesota.
Man, Deleon.
Microwave.
Reggie Long, a.k.a. Dollars and Cents.
My name is Nathan Ivey.
The Sports Bar, also known as Stacy Sports Radio.
Victor Maroon Show.
Law 700.
Your boy DJ Keith The BS3 Sports Show.
This is DJ Queen from the X Squad.
Jelani, JB Bodie, and of course, my man Lopan on the Wait a Minute Show.com. Ain't that right, Lopan?
We got the jazz.
Fresco famous.
Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast.
Soul Meets the Streets Radio.
DJ New.
From the bar. Talking 30. Chopping it up with Q. No, with the BS podcast.
Talking with Tori Show.
Punch Tar Sports Radio Podcast.
Tasty Talk with man Deleon.
X gon' give it to you.
It's gonna be called The Barbershop.
This is the barbershop.
Yo, what's good, folks? What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Trey Frazier and Maestro Styles.
Yes, sir.
Back here for another week of the Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast on barbershopsportstalkpodcast.com. You can follow us on Twitter at barbershopspor2. Also on the Facebook page. Also on Instagram at Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. Just want to say what up to the homie Big Kev 303.
What's happening?
In the chat room right now. We appreciate you tuning in. So Maestro, man, what's good, man?
Hey, man, I don't want to hold nobody.
I hear you.
I know the fans have been waiting, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
For the return of the Mac.
Yeah, there you go.
Return of the Mac. We got the boy Chibs, Telford, Russell Street Report, NZI Podcast, the man, my favorite enemy. What's going on, brother? Absolutely. That's it. I'm good, man. How you doing?
We good. Hey, so About these Cleveland Browns, though, man. What you think, man? You think people over exaggerating about what they're gonna do this year?
Man, it's recency bias. They do this every offseason. They're the Browns until they prove they're not the Browns. They still had a
Facts.
season last year. Like, people forget that they didn't win anything. Like, the only thing they would have done if they had beaten Baltimore is sent Pittsburgh to the playoffs instead and had, like, all right, a winning record, sure, but still, 8-7-1. Really, you happy about that? Sit down someplace.
If they went winless the previous year, I would say, yeah, most fans would be happy about that.
Man, I don't give a shit. You were the Browns until you prove you're not the Browns. And now you have divas all over your squad. You have a rookie head coach. You have all of these expectations because they won the offseason and blah, blah, blah. I would like to point something out. There is not one single bona fide star free agent that wanted to go to Cleveland. All of the big guys they got were via trade. Sure, they signed a couple of free agents, but no big-time star wants to go to Cleveland. And the reason for that is they're the Browns until they prove otherwise. And I don't think Freddie Kitchens is wrangling all those egos into one cohesive unit. Definitely not early on in the season. I'd honestly still be shocked if it happened at all this season.
Well, that's what I'm banking on. I'm banking on the fact that Kitchens is not going to know what to do. But I'll be honest with you, I'm scared. And I'm scared because the nucleus of well, I can't even say just the nucleus because I guess you would have to consider Odell Beckham a part of the nucleus just because of what he's done.
Yep.
But I mean, Nick Chubb, Jarvis Landry,
David Njoku,
Myles Garrett, like Denzel Ward, like they got young boys and they just added star power. So it's like it's on paper, and let's be very clear that I'm saying on paper.
And another thing, Baker is accurate.
Yeah, I'm saying I am saying on paper.
Sure, that's because they played the Ravens, but come on. Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah. So
we're not gonna start. We're not gonna start this early with the. Yeah.
Because while the Browns are still the Browns, the Steelers still don't have a secondary. So yeah, you should absolutely be scared. Baltimore should not be worried.
And quite frankly, Chibs, I'm not worried. When this move, and I remember when the Beckham trade happened.
Yeah.
We were actually doing the show. And I'm just sitting here like, yo, I'm not even worried. Like,
man, I mean, it was a bunch of wows, though. Hold on, there. It was a bunch of...
there was some wows because it was unexpected. But, I mean, after kind of soaking it in, I was like, they're the Browns until they prove otherwise. Until further notice.
You gotta think of it this way, right? So Odell hasn't been able to stay healthy lately. Jarvis had a 48% catch rate or something crazy.
Oh, here we go with these stats.
Rate last year. There wasn't any tape on Chubb. So you have to take that into consideration. There wasn't any tape on Baker Mayfield. Once they started to get tape, his completion percentage and his interception rate went up.
Hey, man, I hear you. And I'm hoping you're right. Let's be very clear. I'm hoping you're right. I don't need another good team while Pittsburgh is seemingly on the decline. But that's just too good. I feel like Kareem Hunt can really go to any team and be efficient. And I know he's out for half the year.
So Chibs, you think
If somebody's suspended for a large period of time, they come back, they're not in football shape.
That's true.
So you're looking at almost an entire year where Kareem Hunt is not as effective as he should. Now, like on paper, in a vacuum, if everybody's in football shape and everybody's on the field, it looks like a good team. But I mean, let's be honest, there's been a lot of paper teams that have not done well once it's time to lace up the cleats.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
I hope you're right, man. I'm taking your, because I know a lot of this is Ravens' ego. I feel it coming through.
Dude, we the division champs until somebody knocks us off.
Here you go.
So I'm not conceding to nobody, especially no damn Browns.
Hey man, I'm not conceding. I'm concerned. I'm just gonna.
I'll be concerned when they give me a reason to be concerned.
Yeah, they gotta show me. They gotta show me that they're gonna be this team. What's the over under for the Browns? What is it, like 8.5, 9.5, or something like that? 10.5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I take the under easy.
They have like 12-1 odds or 20-1 odds to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm betting the under easy. If I had money, of course. But
So I don't know, man.
I'm betting the 10.5. I'm betting the under.
You think you add those guys? You think you add those guys and you don't win? They won 8. You don't think they win? You think they
7.5? But sure.
I mean, yeah, it's okay, 7.5. But you don't think they win 10 games?
I was gonna say I'm thinking about the schedule in my mind. I know they got Rams, Seahawks, the Patriots.
Yeah,
you know the Jets got better.
I mean, but if we're gonna play the paper game, then
sure we can play the paper game with all these teams.
Yeah,
but
we're gonna play the paper game.
But on paper,
yeah. Well, then certainly y'all can understand my concern. Then, if that's all we got right now.
No, I mean I understand your concern because you're secondary.
Yeah, that's
look. Yeah, look, I'm not going to argue with you about your secondary. Your secondary is official. I'm not going to argue with that. But
yeah, man,
I'm concerned, man.
Yeah, I'm not.
So tell me about Lamar Jackson, man. Since we got you here and we already made Ravens talk, and I wanted to make small NFL talk before we got into the Ravens shit, and of course Trey segueing you right into the shit. Tell me about Lamar Jackson, man. I haven't seen him.
I've seen him, yeah. He's definitely been in the weight room.
So, I mean, I think that'll help, obviously. I don't know that he's put on enough to affect his speed too much. His throwing mechanics look better. It looks like he's got kind of a faster release. I mean, it remains to be seen. He's still throwing some ducks.
Yep.
I figure that'll probably work itself out. But the thing to remember is that, sometimes you have to get into football situations before you can actually use it. So, look, if you take away 5 of the drops that the Ravens receivers have, 5 of them, Lamar Jackson has above a 60% completion percentage, which is where you need to be considered at NFL level passing.
Okay.
They got rid of the receivers that had the drops.
Yep, Crabtree.
I think we see an improvement. Shut up, SG. I think we see an improvement from Lamar Jackson just based off the fact that the new wide receiver core has much better hands. I mean, you're looking at Miles Boykin, who had something like a 4% drop rate in college. Hollywood Browns was right around the average. I think it was right around 8%. Willie Snead, who typically does not have drops last year.
Yep.
Chris Moore, who had a 75% catch rate last year. Like Mark Andrews, Hayden Hurst, like these guys have short hands. So I think you see a market improvement, at least a couple of percent, just from that. But then also Lamar himself. I mean, yeah, he's been working with a shoddy QB coach and he's been working with shoddy wide receivers, but at the same time, work is work.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and he's putting it in. He got bigger. He recognized what his deficiencies were, which everybody gave me hell for speaking on his deficiencies. But he recognized what his deficiencies were, and he's taking steps to at least try to fix them. So, again, this is one of those things that he's still Lamar Jackson until he proves to me that he's not Lamar Jackson, but I've said that since before he was drafted.
Sure. So give me some projections to what you would consider a good season for Lamar Jackson?
Okay, so then you're looking at like 3,200 yards through the air, which sounds laughable for an NFL QB, but bear with me here.
Okay.
You're probably looking at a handful of interceptions, maybe, 6, 7. He needs to have at least 20 touchdowns to go with that. And then on the ground, he's going to have another, 800 yards to get him up to 3,800 all-purpose yards, and then another handful of touchdowns. And I think you're good. I think that's a successful season for him, especially considering where he was in 2018.
So say 27 combined touchdowns and 3,800 yards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Okay.
That's a successful season
completion
for him.
percentage at about 60%, you would say.
Right. Yeah, that's going to put him. Yeah, that's going to put him about 61, 62%.
And
if he's careful with the ball, and this is also so Harbs has a big part to play in this because Harbs doesn't like starting rookies.
Yeah.
So if you're fielding like Jaleel Scott as the X and Chris Moore as the Z and Willie Snead as the Y, like it's okay. But they need to transition Miles Boykin as quickly as possible into that X receiver role so you have a big guy that can block, that can go up and say, give me that ball, and can, minimize drops.
You brought up a good point, Chibs, because that always seemed to be the downfall with John Harbaugh is the fact that he doesn't start rookies. And sometimes I feel like that hampers the team a little bit, especially in the last few years. I've noticed that with him.
They started Brandon Carr as CB1 instead of Marlon Humphrey.
Yeah.
Right.
They started James Hurst at right tackle instead of Orlando Brown.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, these guys, these youngins got to get their work in. So, you know.
I mean, when you're looking at just the better player projection-wise, I mean, look, you get those guys got experience, but I mean, you see it. I'm sure they see it on the field, and they go through this little. Well, he's new. Let him go through his rookie, whatever.
Right. Let him ease his way.
Yeah, but when you clearly the
position.
better player, you should play your better players.
That's what I'm saying, and that's my concern.
Again this year with Ben Powers, they're gonna start fucking James Hurst or Jermaine Illuminor at left guard, and Ben Powers is gonna sit on the bench.
Yeah, that's terrible. Hey, so what about these running backs? Because as much as I've been high on Kenneth Dixon in the last few years, I know he's had. Well, I'm talking about the first year he came out. The first year he came out, he did some good things.
Was high on him the first year he came out.
Right, and then he got hurt, and then he got suspended, and then
got hurt while he was suspended.
Right,
that was fun.
And then he tell the reporter to go kiss his ass or something like that.
Yeah, he said something about him not being there. He's like, "Go fuck yourself," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's good, that's great."
Oh, nice. So, what about the running back situation here? Because I've been on this team for the last 5 years in the sense that they've never had the guy since Ray Rice left. So you got Gus Edwards.
And they are not going to have a guy this year.
Yeah, and that's the thing that sucks about it. So
no, it doesn't suck. Hear me out.
What?
So Mark Ingram is technically going to be quote unquote the guy.
The guy.
He can pass block. He can catch balls. He can run.
Yep.
He can do anything you need him to do.
He's fresh.
Gus Edwards is your power runner.
Yep.
And he can just wear down defenses. Justice Hill is your scat back, home run hitter, takes the ball, run really fast that way. That's that guy.
Okay.
Kenneth Dixon can't do anything that any one of those guys can do better than they can. So they're going to be a running back by plus you have Lamar Jackson.
Right, of course.
And Nick Boyle can sink in at fullback if you need him to.
Right.
So, running back by committee needs three not very good. They need three all-around backs. Gus Edwards is working on his hands. He's working on his pass blocking. Justice Hill can block. He's just not a willing blocker. I wouldn't trust him to run, though, because he's tiny, too. So they have a running back by committee approach that can work really well if it's implemented correctly, especially if they're planning on doing the Tom Brady dink and dunk offense with Lamar Jackson to get him comfortable. So you have these three guys that can take the ball and they can make their move and they can do what they need to do. So I don't think they need a Ray Rice. You don't need a Todd Gurley. You don't need, something like that to have a good rushing attack.
In this offense. In this offense, you mean?
I mean, yeah, in this offense you don't. I don't think you need one, period. I think that it's good to have like a stud running back.
I think that's what's hampered the Ravens in the last few years.
You think that's what's hampered the Ravens?
I mean, not the only thing. I think that's part of it. I mean, there was no commitment to the running game. There was no commitment to the running game in the last few years.
The Ravens, but that's the whole thing, right? You don't. So they had a bunch of one-year wonders. I'll give you that point. But at the same time, they didn't commit to the running game, and you can't do a single runner unless you know he's going to be the guy. So you take Alex Collins, right? That year, 2017, when Alex Collins was really good.
Yep, that was my guy. Yep.
Yeah, mine too. He got vultured every time by Buck Allen. Why? Buck Allen is not a good runner. So why did Buck Allen get the red zone touches? It's because Marty Mornhinweg had no fucking idea what he was doing.
Yeah. Well, I would argue, and I'm not a Buck Allen fan, but I would argue that he's more careful with the football than Alex Collins was.
Okay, Alex Collins had less fumbles than Le'Veon Bell that year. Like,
listen here, man.
Look, hey Maestro, don't worry about it. He's on the Jets now, so you ain't got to take that.
So I want to go back to the quarterback real quick, and you spoke on 800 yards. You know that kind of being your projection. What percentage would you say of those 800 yards are going to be breakdown plays where he's running for his life?
Our offensive line's pretty decent, man. I don't think it's going to be a huge percentage.
I mean, a lot of that stuff seemed like he was just running for his life because y'all ain't had nothing better to do last year.
I don't think it was because they had nothing better to do. I would say that he was running for his life because he was making that transition to an NFL offense and trying to read a defense, and he couldn't do it fast enough. There were times where he read the defense really well, and other times it just wasn't great. So,
I mean, I don't know, man. A good fast linebacker like a Devin Bush who could just play contain on him might seem like that gets shut down.
The midget?
Yeah. I'm just saying, a nice fast guy who could run with him might slow down a little bit.
Yeah, no, he's fast, but he ain't trade up to the top 10 to get him.
Hey,
like he ain't that good.
Hey, I think we got the man.
Of course you do.
I think we got.
They're always gonna say that.
I think we got the man. He ain't gonna be Shazier, but he gonna have to hold it down. We got the guy.
I'm absolutely shocked that you think that.
He ain't got no choice, right?
Nah, I think so, man.
Bush ain't got no choice.
I'm just saying I think so. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
I gotta be quiet right now because I ain't. You know what I'm saying? Last year when we was who we were, I was talking.
Yep.
This year we not. So I gotta be a little humble.
Oh, yeah, you did a lot of talking. This year, and look what happened.
Yeah. So I'm being humble this year until otherwise shown that I could, turn up.
All right.
Right now I'm being humble. When you tell me Devin Bush is probably not going to be good, I'm just going humbly.
I think he's going to be good. I don't think he's going to be worthy of trading up to top 10.
I get that.
Well, what would you...
Trey, you want to know how I know that Maestro's a homer and I'm not?
Oh, how's that?
Because he's all in on trading up to 10 for Devin Bush. I look at Marquise Brown and I'm all,
I'm glad you're not happy because I'll be the first to tell you I don't think that's going to work out for y'all neither.
What's that? Marquise Brown?
Yeah.
Hollywood Brown? Why you say that?
Because he's salty AB left, so now he wants to rag on his cousin?
Nah. Look, you know what? At the end of the day, I ain't even mad at Antonio Brown. Once he did what he did, he had to go anyway. Look, Steelers we know what they do. So once they my team, I got to deal with what my team does. If you upset the establishment, you're gone more times than that.
Which is the quarterback
so,
in the front office.
They're going to pick Ben Roethlisberger over you. We know it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
because you can't have Noodle
right
with his noodle on
right.
the rock.
Look, man.
Hey,
you're not gonna get me to open this discussion about the Steelers right now. You're just not gonna do it.
Well, I gotta open it up because I think there's a couple of guys on offense.
You don't got to. We could talk about the Knicks.
Well, yeah, we'll get to that in a second. But with James Conner,
the conversation was supposed to be about the AFC North. We done talked about 2 teams so far. There's 2 other teams.
Well, let's go to the Bengals then.
We'll save the worst for last. That's a good idea.
Yeah, there you go. So Maestro Chibs. So how y'all feeling about James Conner and Juju being the number 1 now?
I'm cool with it.
It's a fucking joke.
I'm cool with it.
Juju Smith-Schuster's so good. Yeah, except for when Antonio Brown's not taking the attention off.
I'm cool with it.
And then you got James Conner running behind a line that just lost probably the best offensive line coach in the entire league.
Oh, Munchak, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's true, because y'all line was garbage until he came through.
Look, man. We going to be all right.
All right.
That's what I'm...
You want to hear a joke, Trey?
What's up?
Somebody told me David DeCastro was better than Marshall.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can't
man.
even hold his jock, man. Can't even hold his jock.
So
he allowed 6 sacks in the time that Yonda's allowed 0.
Yonda's going to the Hall of Fame,
and he holds too much for my liking. He has bad games and bad times. Look, I like DeCastro, and I don't want to make this a ragging on DeCastro segment, but nah, he ain't better than Yonda. I'm humbled right now. I can't talk to y'all right now. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I can't. I need to get a little bit closer to the season where I could just
a little bit closer. With 8 days away from the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah. I need to get a little bit closer. I don't look. I ain't. You know, the preseason is there. I'll see who look good and all that, but I need to get closer. Around 3rd week of preseason, that's when I wake up. And then that's when I start saying outlandish things in support of my team. But right now, I'm still in objective, downtrodden mode because we probably not going to win a division this year. And AFC is stacked. So,
and you know what else, Chibs? I think another part of the reason why Maestro sounds depressed is because basketball season just ended and his Wizards have kind of been in a funk as we speak. So
things are not going well.
So things aren't going well.
We'll get to that. We ain't there yet.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
Well,
finish with the Steelers.
Listen here, man. Look, I can't. I don't know what you want me to say to you, man. I can't say nothing. This is what I can say to you.
Who's rushing the passer for Pittsburgh?
The same guys that was rushing the passer last year, and
they have a rush.
Same guys that were doing it last year. We'll be fine when it comes to that. I mean, I wish we didn't have to run the cornerback as much as we did, but whatever. We'll get it how we get it.
What cornerbacks?
No, well, Mike Hilton. They run Mike Hilton down a lot. They run. I'm just talking about as far as pass rush. That's all I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If we could just so happen to make some better decisions when number 1 guys go into the slot, that would make me feel a little bit better. But the same guys there, I don't know that that's really going to change. Look, I tell you what, for all the Juju criticism he's getting because AB is gone, nobody trusts him as a number 1. I'm going to give him the benefit of a doubt to be productive and to be and I mean number 1 receiver productive. I'm going to give him the benefit of a doubt. I hope that he gets that attention, and I've heard people speaking high of Dante Moncrief having career numbers, not number 1 numbers, but obviously number 2 numbers. I don't know what that means for James Washington, but I hope he finds his way there. Look, man.
And the quarterback is older.
The quarterback is going to be the quarterback, though. He's going to give you middle of the pack numbers, and that's going to be he's going to do his job.
Yep.
If you talking about through the course of a season,
Yep.
he's going to be there. Like that, I'm not worried about Ben Roethlisberger more than I'm worried about.
I give him credit though for being healthy the last couple of years. I give him credit.
I'm worried about the defense being able to stop a team when they need stops
with some offensive weapons. Yeah.
I'm not so much worried about the offense. The offense will not be as good as it was last year, or had they been since AB and Le'Veon Bell's been there. But they won't.
Somebody called Juju Smith-Schuster poo-poo shit smoocher, and I'm a child, so I found it really funny. And now that's all I can think of when you're talking about it.
Well, I'm going to get the jersey. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get my Juju jersey, and I'm gonna rep because I gotta get rid of the Roethlisberger jersey because he on his way out the door.
Yeah, bro, I got Ray Lewis like 4 times. I got like 3 Ed Reeds.
All in different colors, right? You got the black one, right?
Yeah.
And
I have a signed one.
Yeah. I got the Jamal Lewis still, man.
Get rid of the Roethlisberger.
No, I'm not like
Hall of Fame quarterback.
I'm not throwing it away. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it in the closet for special occasions. But my every Sunday jersey is gonna have to change.
Yeah, I changed literally every Sunday. 76 jerseys at last count.
Oh man,
you got some bread, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look.
I just have dumbass friends that make dumbass bets. Like this guy Maestro last year bet me that the Steelers would take.
I'm glad I ain't put a jersey.
I was gonna say, what'd you put on the bet?
You'd still be asking me for a jersey right now.
I would still be asking.
You would definitely still be asking me for a jersey right now.
Oh man!
But getting back to the Steelers, I just want us. If teams are beating us because we're in the right position and they're just better, I'm fine with that this year. I just want us to play better fundamental football, particularly defensively. Obviously, just good luck.
Maybe Artie Burns take a step this year, man.
Artie Burns is not going to be on the field. If anybody got any sense, Artie Burns is not going to be on the field. So
they're trying him out as a starting slot, I heard.
Yeah, good. Stay there.
I was gonna say he might be better efficient there.
Stay there.
Yeah, Willie Snead will burn the shit out of him. Are you kidding me?
Oh man, I love the sight of that. Love that.
Nah, just put him on special teams, man. Just
yeah, he's definitely special.
Yeah. Just leave him. Just let him cover kicks and punts, man. Just let him do that.
So Chibs.
You can't cover a receiver. You want him to cover a ball?
Hey man. Just be there and make the tackle, man. He could tackle. I give him that. He could tackle.
Yeah, after 20 yards.
Hey. long as the ball is in the offensive player's hands, cool. Put him on special teams. I hope he becomes the best special teams player ever since he was a first round pick.
He won't.
Hey, man. Let me dream. Let me dream this early.
He ain't Justin Bethel.
Hey y'all, so before I continue, we got a chat room and everything, so I just wanted to shout out to everybody in here, Mo Cheese, aka Grits,
what's happening,
Miss Mocha Bella, and the homie RC. So I just wanted to give them a shout out for joining in the chat room real quick. But
Cincinnati Bengals, they suck.
So AJ Green on his way out the door,
right
man.
in time for Fame to get in there. They suck.
Yep.
Cincinnati Bengals.
I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah, there's no need for a deep dive.
They lost 2 of their starting offensive linemen before the season started.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. We just had a Bengal fan come in the chat room.
Yeah, y'all suck.
Just right on time.
You hate to see it.
Nah, I don't hate to see it.
Andy Dalton out the door, man.
Oh yeah, next year. So normally you're gonna have when you get a new coach, you're gonna have his guy come in. And obviously they couldn't do it this year because who are they going to get? Ryan Tannehill?
Yeah.
So I think next year, I'm buying tank for Tua for sure. And I don't think it'll actually be a tank because I think they'll try.
Yeah.
And they'll just be that bad. Like them and the Dolphins, I just think they're going to try and they're just going to be terrible.
Or how about this, Chibs? I was thinking about this earlier. So what if they go the veteran route and maybe call the Lions and say, hey, You know, I know you guys been talking about shopping Stafford, and you know that's been a story last year. Maybe something like that happens because I could see Matt Stafford
before the year started.
I think before the year started.
No, I'm saying saying getting Matthew Stafford now?
Not now.
Oh,
after
okay.
after the season's over. Because the Lions, they've been rumored to have been putting him on the trading block.
Yeah.
So if that's a direction,
I don't know if I buy that because like Matt Patricia is all about Matt Stafford. I don't know if I buy those rumors. He said he's one of the best quarterbacks he's worked with, and I mean that's saying a lot because he worked with Tom fucking Brady.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I was going to say, who else has he worked with besides? I mean, I guess Jimmy G. I guess.
You got Matt Castle.
Right.
Some guys.
Yeah. I guess I'm looking at it from the standpoint that the Lions basically wasted Matthew Stafford's career in a sense. Like they've had 3 playoff appearances and no wins.
Yeah.
Like usually when you get your quarterback, you're supposed to build the team around the quarterback, and they've never done that really.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't believe in the run.
Yeah, they sure don't.
I don't know that I mean, I think the Bengals are better off. Like you got Tua, you got Fromm. Even if they wait another year, then they have T. Law. Like you got better, younger options for way less money. And if Zach Taylor is any kind of intelligent, like he'll see that.
Mm-hmm. He came from the Rams, right?
Yeah, he's part of the McVay coaching tree.
Okay. Well, whatever that's worth.
Fame Rothstein. It's Fam Rothstein now. I don't know if you keep forgetting the E in that.
Nah, I'm calling him Fame.
The Bengals have enough talent to win 5 or 7 games alone. Bengals are a good value pick to make the playoffs. Trust me. 7-9 at worst.
Is that the Bengals fan?
Yes, it is.
Bengals fan, yes.
Stop drinking the orange Kool-Aid, cuz. Calm down.
Well, let me
take the tiger stripe glasses off.
Well,
just realize you're the Browns with stripes. All right, let's just chill the fuck out here.
Chibs, let me tell you something about Fame right here. This dude is like trying to do the sports betting thing.
He ain't trying, he's doing it.
So yeah, he's doing it. So you know that's why he worded it the way he worded it.
No, I understand why he worded it that way, but like it's still dumb.
Yeah. Bengals ain't doing nothing this year, man.
I agree with you, man. And even more than that, Chibs, I agree with your delivery.
Yeah, of course. It was the correct way to do it.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, there you go.
You bring value, man. I don't like you.
10 at the best.
Yeah, at very best.
And it's unfortunate because, you know,
I don't know.
At one point they were a good. I mean, it's not like unfortunate to us. It's unfortunate for Bengals fans because that's a terrible way to live. And you know, Ravens fans have been there at 5-11, and Steelers fans, you know, the ones that are actual fans instead of these bandwagon bitches, they've seen their team go through some tough times.
Yeah.
And Browns fans have done it. And, you know, it's not our fault that the Bengals haven't had a playoff win in over 10,500 days. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, was that
another stat?
Yeah, was that a stat or was that just a?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Was that hyperbole?
It was a little bit of an exaggeration.
Okay.
May 4th, I think it was 10,000 days.
Wow.
But 1990 was the last year they won a playoff game, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, Chibs, man, I know you're a big-time Knicks fan, and I haven't had a chance to really, you know, talk to you about...
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I ain't going
up?
to cut you off, but this is important. The Ravens signing Allen Hurns, right?
No.
I know. I just...
We got Michael Floyd. Allen Hurns.
I forgot we signed Michael Floyd.
I saw that on your Twitter earlier.
I forgot all about that.
I saw that on your Twitter earlier today.
I forgot about that.
And then 7 minutes, right? 7 minutes after I post that.
Right.
Ravens Wire, USA Today, which I used to work for.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They post an article that says the Ravens should sign Allen Hurns. And I'm all, man, I'm glad I'm not there anymore because that is terrible.
Hey, let me tell you something about USA Today. And Maestro posted this on our Instagram at Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. USA Today's NFL predictions record-wise. And they've been wrong many a times, but
sure, I mean most people are wrong.
They've been like I think they predicted the Patriots to go undefeated like either last year or the year before or something crazy like that. But
They were gagging on Patriots' dick. Imagine that.
Yeah, they actually had the Steelers winning the division with the Browns as the wild card and the Ravens at 8-8.
Nah, they didn't have the Browns as wild card. They had the Chiefs and Jaguars wild card.
Oh, they had the Browns winning 10 games, but
winning 10 games,
losing a tiebreaker, I guess.
This year or what?
This year, yeah.
This year, yeah.
Adorable. I remember my first beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Fame says Ravens haven't covered AJ Green in 8 years. I said make the playoffs. I didn't say win a game. Hey, y'all need to win a game, man. Y'all need to stop fronting, man.
Yo, it's questionable whether the Bengals will actually win a game this year.
Yeah.
Like, let's not talk about a playoff game. Like, it's questionable that they'll win, like, a regular game.
Yeah, it's possible.
Man, that's question. Damn, you don't believe in them like that?
I do not.
Hey, man.
Well, I said the Dolphins would be
gonna,
bad.
Like, break a fucking fingernail, and AJ Green's gonna twist his uterus, and that'll be that.
Hey, man, I'll take it.
I like AJ Green.
I do. I like AJ Green. Matter of fact, we did a poll, or not a poll. We did a list a couple of weeks ago, like listing the best player per franchise. And
I saw.
And
was wrong.
Well, that was Trey list, and I confession time. Confession time. So,
was this the greatest player of?
on this list. Trey, the list that everybody is talking about. That was Trey's list.
Yeah, Trey's wrong.
Yeah, Trey did such a good graphic. I felt overwhelmed that I didn't want to post my picks because
the graphic was so
fire. Was good, and I didn't want to like compete with his graphic and shit. So I just never posted my list. But
look, I don't give a fuck about your graphic. Ray Lewis is not the best player that the Ravens have ever.
Wow!
Had.
Come on, son.
E.D. Reed, boy, the best base safety you ever seen, boy. He is the best player that the Ravens ever had, and that is a goddamn fact. You want to talk about leadership? Both of them had it, right?
Both of them had it.
They both have Hall of Fame careers.
Who had the city though?
Who had the city? Nobody gives a fuck about Ray Lewis now.
Yeah, now. But when he was playing.
But everybody still loves Ed Reed.
Okay.
So, well, let me say this. I like Ed Reed because I don't have to see Ed Reed. I don't like Ray Lewis.
But if you need a game changer, right? If you need somebody to just break the game open for you, who are you taking? Ray Lewis or Ed Reed?
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's a passing situation. That's obvious, though. That's obvious. You're gonna go with Ed Reed, but 4th and 2 in San Diego in 2009. Ray Lewis up the middle with the Sproles hit. Come on, man.
Okay.
Come on, man.
I understand what you're saying, but he had like a few of those plays. Okay, Ed Reed's entire career is a highlight reel.
I mean,
and so is Ray Lewis. So is Ray Lewis when.
No, he had some bad.
Look, back when you could actually knock niggas out, like he had highlight reels. Like Jerome Bettis got the wind knocked out of him by Ray Lewis, man.
That's my point, though. Ed Reed, his entire career, from when you could knock people out to when you couldn't, his entire career was a highlight reel. You have game-breaking play after game-breaking play after game-breaking play. I'm not saying that Ray Lewis isn't the best middle linebacker to play the position, because he probably is. But Ed Reed is, without a question, the best safety to ever play the position.
That sir is going to make me go home and do homework.
The best safety.
The best safety ever?
Best safety ever.
Best safety ever?
Ever.
I mean, he's top 3.
And he's not 2 or 3.
He's top 3. I don't know if he's 1.
I like the way you talking.
I gotta research that.
I gotta think about that. I gotta think about it, man. I can't. You putting me on the fly right now. You putting me. You putting me.
All your stats against me. We'll do another episode. Just
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, I gotta do my homework, man.
Down all of your arguments.
I gotta.
Your raw stats do not impress me.
Well, goddamn it.
So Chibs, did you agree with the list I put out there? That
I said all that to say. I had a point to that. AJ Green is the best Bengal ever, and I don't care who got to say what about it.
They had that tackle, man.
Munoz, that's who everybody keeps saying. Munoz.
Everybody says Munoz.
Nah.
I said Chad Johnson.
I would probably take Chad over AJ, but I'm definitely taking Anthony over both of them.
Okay. Chad was flashy, man. I mean, when he was there, you watched the Bengals because of him.
Chad has my respect because he tried to knock out Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
Like, if you got enough heart to try to hit Ray Lewis,
yeah,
you got some heart, man.
Didn't that backfire?
Oh, yeah.
Is that the play I'm thinking about?
Yeah.
We got his helmet knocked out.
Ray Lewis just kind of threw his shoulder into him.
Yeah.
He fell back right there.
All right, now y'all can do y'all Knicks talk. I don't want to hear that now. I'm going to
he's done with football, but
I'm actually trying to produce a show here.
So Chibs, man.
Nah, you can't.
So Chibs, man, we share the same team. So the Knicks in the offseason, I want to get your thoughts about their offseason.
You want my thoughts?
Yeah.
Here's my thoughts, right? I got banned from Facebook because of the Knicks.
Because this is interesting.
Everybody is worried about Lil Nas X coming out as gay when James Dolan is an actual faggot.
Is that what you said? That's what got you in jail?
Oh my God. We are glad that we are not sponsored by any shows who feel like faggot is a bad word. This is ridiculous.
Well, that's faggots too.
Oh man,
that is hilarious.
Oh,
now,
wow.
you know you got to break that down.
Oh yeah, man.
I was pissed. Like, how did you miss out on Kyrie? Like, who has ties to the Knicks? You missed out on Kyrie. Then you for years you've been giving money to guys that have injuries in the hopes that they come back and play well, and then fucking you don't
talk about it.
Goddamn Durant.
Talk about it.
Are you kidding me? Then
Talk
you don't
about
go after
it.
Clay. You fuck up the Kawhi deal somehow, and then you come away with 6 guys that are good, not great, might be bench players, might be starters. Most have to be starters because it's the Knicks. You only got Kevin fucking Knox, R.J. Barrett, and Mitchell Robinson. That's all you got. Oh, and Dwight Smith.
You don't like Alonzo Trier, Dennis Smith Jr., Julius Randle?
Dennis Smith.
Julius Randle?
Listen to me.
well,
I like Julius Randle.
I do,
okay?
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, thank you.
I am scared by Julius Randle.
Why is that?
Because it's the Knicks. Because it's James Dolan. What do you mean, why is that?
well, look, it's a good contract.
The good deal that James Dolan did this offseason was when old boy's deal fell apart and he got him for a fraction of what he was going to pay him.
Well, look, don't think about it this way. Like, screw James Dolan for a second here, because my focus is going to be on Perry and Mills, because I think those are the 2 guys that have been orchestrating this thing sort of the right way. I was all in on Kevin Durant until he got hurt in the playoffs, and once weeks started going by, and I'm like, this dude ain't coming back. This dude's not coming back. The more that happened,
an Achilles.
Yeah, and that's what the injury was from the get-go. But we all know the story, what happened there. But I just thought that at that point, the Knicks just kind of had to stay away from Kevin Durant, because you remember
They didn't. You're not going to compete in 2019.
But that's fine.
You could have signed 2 max deals.
Sure.
2 max deals, and you could have been semi-competitive in 2019. You wouldn't have been very competitive in 2019, but you would have won some games. And it's MSG, man. For years, we've been saying to boycott the Knicks until Dolan sells the fucking team because he's an idiot, and no one does because it's MSG. So you're still going to sell tickets even if you give money to Kevin Durant, who's going to be sitting on the sideline the entire year. Then in 2020, you have another top pick, right? You have the Dallas pick. You have young studs in Kevin Knox, R.J. Barrett, Mitchell Robinson. You got DSJ. You've got guys that can flesh out your squad. You can take another top, maybe 2 top guys, right? Depending on how Dallas does. And then you have your 2 max deals. You have this young nucleus of talent. And then all of a sudden, New York has a fucking team.
Yeah, I hear you, Chibs. I hear you. But aren't you tired of seeing the same thing? when they signed Amari Stoudemire, when it was all in for the LeBron sweepstakes years ago, and they signed Amari Stoudemire, knowing that dude's knees was done, and knowing that he was gonna crap out at any moment. They gave him all that money, and he was good. For like a 15 game stretch, he was good. And then they trade for Melo. They got rid of Gallinari and Raymond Felton, Wilson Chandler, and all that in that trade. And then
2012, 2013, Melo was the truth, though.
It was. But what happened after that? It was a disappointment. We ain't sniffed the playoffs since, man. So I think
understand that, but at the same time, like, you have to look at it from like a projection standpoint, right? So we know Stoudemire was a bad deal because his knees were fucked.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
He had the injuries and he had the dings and dents.
Yep.
Kevin Durant, it's his Achilles. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, it's an Achilles, and he's 30 years old. He's 31 years old.
But at the same time, like, you've made all these dumbass money deals. Now you use your entire cap space.
So you mad at them for being smart?
They're not being smart. This was the one time that they could have done that, and people would have been like, "That makes sense," because now they have a max player for 5 years. They can give him a year to heal.
Nah, they signed some guys to some good contracts. Julius Randle, who averaged 21 points and 9 rebounds last year with the Pelicans. That was a good contract. Even some of the other guys they got, Elfrid Payton, a veteran.
The other contracts.
Yeah,
You're
they're good.
What I'm saying. But they could have still gotten 3 of those guys and Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving,
sure,
or Kemba or Kawhi.
Hey man, I'm with you. I'm with you in the discussion. Now, what I said to Trey is that if you feel this way, if you feel the way you feel about this roster so far, then it's not far-fetched for the Knicks to get an AC this year, right? Now, this is me asking Trey. That's a real question.
That's a real question.
This is what I asked Trey. No, because I asked Trey, because I'm with you. I'm like, it's no way, because, he came in here, I'm not mad, you know what I'm saying? They actually did the right thing for once, and everything he just told you, and I'm like, nah, you kind of got to be upset. Like, there's no way.
I'm not.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah.
We. I don't want to go down this route.
No, you are. You're just desensitized from years of abuse from the Knicks.
No, I'm not.
I don't believe you.
Hey.
Mills and Perry have done a great job since being here.
I mean,
they haven't traded away number 1 picks. And the guys
arguing that point. That's not the point I'm arguing. I'm saying you could have had the best of both worlds. You could have had 1 max contract and then signed 3 of these guys to help flesh out your roster, and you would have had a competitive team in 2019.
But history tells me that it doesn't work out for the Knicks. That's the history. And you think it's gonna change?
Shots you don't take.
Yeah, you gotta make sure. Yeah.
Nah.
Man, he hit you with a gem shot. He hit you with the poster board.
Yeah, but
with Kevin Durant dunking on somebody.
Yeah, but that's not. He's not the only guy I've heard this from. I've heard it from many people that were upset about it. But I mean, I think people are more upset because they're in New York and just not with the Knicks. They're in Brooklyn. So I think that kind of plays a factor into it also.
I mean, that does play a factor. But if we're taking the Nets out of it. Like, take all the other teams out of it.
Right.
You had 5-6 shots to sign a max deal, to sign a star. And you missed on all of them. He took his shots in some cases, which I admire him for, and they just chose other teams. But there are other ones that he had in his hand and just threw it the hell over his shoulder, and it was a wrap.
Well, how about they just say, you know what? We as the Knicks, we just want to develop our own guys. How about that?
He trying to say the Knicks going to turn into Golden State.
They didn't develop guys like the fucking Steelers develop cornerbacks.
Hey man, it's only a couple of more low blows. I'm gonna be taking them this broadcast. Goddamn.
If they knew how to develop guys, then absolutely, I would accept that.
But you don't believe it? You don't believe that Fizdale could do it? And I'm just shooting.
That's what I'm saying. You look at this is a different regime, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But James Dolan is still still at the top of it, man.
I understand that, but since these guys, Fizdale and Steve Mills has been there forever, but I'm really talking about Fizdale and Scott Perry. Since those two guys have been there, they've done nothing stupid. I love the fact that they traded Porzingis for draft picks, and even with the guys that they just signed, the Elfrid Paytons, the Reggie Bullocks, and those guys, if the Knicks are out of it come February, they could trade those guys and get more draft picks.
I don't disagree, but you will not convince me that James Dolan is a good owner and that the Knicks...
I never said he was good. I never said he was a good owner.
You will never convince me that they had a good offseason.
Okay.
Hey, man, I'm going to just... Hey, Chibs, I'm going to tell you, man. So I posted on Facebook, the ones you got banned from for saying faggot. Is Ed Reed the best safety in NFL history? And one person seems to agree with you already. So that's interesting. I'm really...
Right.
Hey, man, I just know he did say if not number one, he's top 3, and he put Polamalu and Rod Woodson was a corner up until late, I thought. So
yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah.
He was.
And RC
Polamalu should not be in that conversation.
Yeah, because you're talking about strong to free safety, and they don't do the same thing.
Polamalu was a hitter.
Yeah, but they don't do the same
Polamalu
thing.
was good. I'm not taking anything away from him, but look, here's the thing, right? So when you hear conversations about Ed Reed, you hear the word GOAT. Every time you hear the word GOAT, you hear best safety to do it. Best safety to ever.
This is the first time I'm hearing this, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's why I'm so. That's why I call him.
Ed Reed, then?
Yeah, well, probably don't.
You hear Steelers fans say he was the GOAT, and that's it. Nobody else says top 3. Because you got guys like Ronnie Lott, you got Brian Dawkins, you got Sean Taylor. Like, those are guys that can push Ed Reed for the top spot. Troy Polamalu cannot.
And even Sean Taylor
hadn't. I don't think he hadn't done it long enough.
He hadn't done it long enough, but I think he's a different safety than Ed Reed also.
You're talking about projections if you're talking about
Sean Taylor, but Sean Taylor was a hitter though.
Yeah, Sean Taylor, yeah.
I put him and Polamalu in the same conversation.
Nah, Sean Taylor
in terms of hitting,
Sean Taylor had better ball skills.
But
though.
You got NFL players that say Ed Reed was a hitter too.
Maybe like his first few years, but that man ain't. I tell you this, Chibs. I've watched some games. That dude ain't want to hit, man. There were moments where he didn't want to lay the hit,
when
man.
He was playing hurt, he didn't want to hit nobody.
He didn't want to hit. I remember
who did want to hit though? Motherfucking Pollard.
That's a fact.
That boy wanted to kill everyone.
I tell you, Chibs. I tell you the game I watched years ago. They was up in the Meadowlands playing the Giants, and this was after the Giants' first Super Bowl. And Brandon Jacobs was running downhill, and he just knocked Ed Reed like off to the side. Like he didn't want no parts of Brandon Jacobs, man.
I mean, I know what you're talking about. Every player has moments like that. There's no way for me to argue against that.
Yeah, man.
You're talking about the few versus the many. So.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, I really had to look into that.
Breaking his own interception return records.
Yeah.
That's Hey, that's special, man.
I gotta. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with. I just gotta think about it, man. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I gotta think about it.
Ray Lewis
somebody did say Ronnie Lott is the only safety I put in Ed Reed's level. That's RC in the chat room.
Yep, and Ronnie Lott would be, like I said, he's probably the only one. Maybe beat Doc, but Ronnie Lott is the one that, like, when I was thinking about it, I was like, it's got to be either Reed or Lott.
Okay. Dawkins in the top 3 for you as far as safeties?
I would say Dawkins probably 3rd.
Yeah. Okay.
People forget how good Dawkins was.
Yeah, no, Dawkins was good.
He was good.
Dawkins was fucking good. Dawkins was
one of the faces of that defense, man, of that Jim Johnson defense.
Yeah,
for certain. Hey, Chibs, before we let you go, man, I just want to ask this one question to you, man. Yankees gonna win it all this year, man?
You know what? I said on my podcast a couple weeks ago that all of these home runs were not going to translate into a World Series. And I'm starting to rethink that because, boy, they just keep pounding them out.
There's some savages in the box, man. Come on, man.
Fucking savages in the box. Get the
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Aaron Boone, I love that guy. I love Aaron Boone. Like, if you don't go to war for your guys like that, like, get off the field.
Yeah, I was wondering why they even had like the audio on him, because you normally don't see that around other games like that.
Mic.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we got a special glimpse. But
Oh,
Aaron Boone's like
nice.
that all the time. So,
Nice. And I'm sure a lot of managers are like that.
Yeah.
So
But I love Aaron Boone. If there's going to be a Yankees team to win the World Series in the next 5 years, it's probably this one. They're so good. Like, their number 6 guy has like 34 home runs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. If they got to do it this year, they got to do it with Boston being down, and
Boston's garbage right now.
yeah, with Boston being down, and
shot out by the Orioles.
Yeah, right. And the Astros are still there. We still got to go through them, but for me, it's this year or bust. It's World Series or bust at this point.
I'm with it. They won enough now, and I mean, best record in baseball. They've done enough now that like I could probably buy into a World Series. Yeah.
No doubt. Hey, man, we appreciate you joining the show, man. We appreciate the conversation.
Look, man, I don't know. We didn't plan this pre-production about how long we was going to have you on the damn line, but I feel like you've exceeded that with good content, man. So we got to give you your props. When the content is good, you last longer than you're supposed to be on the phone.
Yeah, that's generally how it goes. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, no doubt.
Trey got me all fired up about the Knicks because he's wrong.
Okay. We got the number 1 Chief Rocker Jersey, Vern, who's also a Knicks fan in the chat room. He'll tell you the same thing I told you, Chibs.
Oh, good. So you texted your friend and had him come along to try to overpower me. I don't care. I'll take both of you on at the same time.
Nah. He actually called me just off air and was like, "Hey, how you feel about the Knicks?" And I'm like, "Yo, I like what they did with the contracts and stuff. It's all good."
Well, nobody ever accused New Yorkers of being smart, so.
Yeah. All right, boy. Be safe out there, man.
All right, fam.
I'm a New Yorker. I can say that.
I'm about to say, you're from the South Bronx, so
yeah,
it's all good. All right, man.
All right, gentlemen. You have a good night.
You too, man.
All right, you too, man. All right. It's the homie Chibs Telford, NZI podcast, and Russell Street Report for the Ravens. And again, shout out to the chat room. Appreciate y'all joining in the show. I thought he had some good points about the Knicks. I mean, it was sort of the same thing with what you've been kind of putting out there.
I mean, I guess it's good for you to hear it from a Knicks fan, I guess.
That, and plus I never really got his opinion on how he felt about it. I've talked to Chief about it. I've talked to Pops about it, and a few other people that are diehard fans, and everybody's got mixed feelings about it. And so that's what makes this thing so great, is that everybody's got a different view on it. So
Manny Pacquiao got the world saying how he still is good. Manny Pacquiao waxed Keith Thurman Saturday night in Vegas, and man, look, I don't know what your projections or who you had winning the fight. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna lie, I picked Keith Thurman. I picked okay. Younger dude hit hard. I know he's had breaks. Mm-hmm. What I didn't anticipate, and I should have thought about, is Pacquiao been active, and he ain't been looking sorry. Mm-hmm. He been looking.
I was gonna say his last few fights, he's looked good.
He's looked good, and this dude, and like much like Keith Thurman said, conditioning was on another level with Pacquiao. Mm-hmm. Like, this dude came in with pop. Obviously, he knocked him down. In the first round, and everything. I mean, I guess you can give him. I want to say it was the 4th round you can give Keith Thurman, but everything on that front half of that fight was straight Pacquiao domination. Keith Thurman tried to, he got a couple of rounds, I think like 7, 8, a couple of rounds somewhere in between there. Mm-hmm. But Manny Pacquiao wins in a split decision. And look, man, I don't know who's going to retire this cat because I don't know who's. He's going to get retired before he gets to the likes of Errol Spence and those guys. So I don't know who's going to retire this cat, but and I'm not even saying he should be retired. If he want to fight until he get b-hopped, then by all means do it. Until he deserves that. He's a legend. He should be able to fight until he get b-hopped.
Yeah,
but with that being said, man, you definitely got to give props to Manny Pacquiao because that dude, he looked good. He looked good.
In the last few fights, he's looked really good too.
He looked good, man, and that maybe it's a lot of this saying because I actually watched this from front to back, and this is probably the last time I watched Pacquiao front to back at least.
Pause.
No homo. Damn. When's the last time I watched an entire Manny Pacquiao fight? I don't want to say it's Floyd Mayweather, but it might have been Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather in 2015.
I was going to say.
That might have been the last time that I watched that dude from beginning to end.
So, Broncos boy in the chat room says he don't want no parts of Omaha's own Terrence Crawford. And RC in the chat says, Pacquiao be the guy who was inactive for 2 years, fought in January and looked average, and we saw what happened on Saturday. Pacquiao was impressive, and he threw body shots consistently, which is something he hasn't always done. But with that said, he better stay away from Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Yeah.
I mean...
And Terrence Crawford could be that dude to retire him.
I don't think he's going to get to Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Unfortunately, I don't see this as a... Look,
it's marketable.
Sure, but they don't even when you listen to the broadcast. They wasn't even talking about people who are actually actively fighting. The majority of the conversation is, I wonder if Floyd Mayweather will come back for this fight.
Yeah.
So it's like they don't even. It seems to me that they're still treating Pacquiao like a novelty fighter as opposed to a fighter that could really compete in the welterweight division. I don't know that. I don't know that he's going to get he's not going to get. I don't think he's going to get Errol Spence. I don't think he's going to get maybe Danny Garcia. I think Danny Garcia might put the hurts to him. Somebody's going to retire. In my mind, somebody's going to retire him. But I do want to take this time to praise a excellent fight where he looked good. And look, I get it. He was obviously way better conditioned than Keith Thurman was. We saw it. Keith Thurman said so at the end of the fight.
Yep.
But that don't take away from how well conditioned he was.
Yep.
Kudos to him, to Manny Pacquiao, for certain.
And speaking of Errol Spence, now that RC brought him up in the chat room, him and Sean Porter, September 28th.
I missed it. See, and I hate when I do this. I'll be doing something in my house, and somebody will text me, "Hey, you just saw what's up?" So shout out to my sister. She texted me like, "I know you looking at Sean Porter. Errol Spence talking crazy to Sean Porter, talking about he the best dressed. You can't dress like me. You can't, talking crazy to him." And I live for those types of moments. If you don't know, I live for watching people talk shit to each other. But yes, they're fighting this September 28th. And look, Errol Spence is going to bang that boy, and I like Sean Porter. I like Sean Porter. I really enjoy welterweight boxing right now. Let me just say that. And if you watching any type of boxing, who doesn't enjoy welterweight boxing?
Seems like it's
right
more
now.
competitive,
than
the other classes.
But he is going to bang Sean Porter. And I mean,
I can see that.
He's going, this is the step closer to the Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence that probably is going to take 2 or 3 years that we get to. But this is a step closer. I don't want to see, because then Manny Pacquiao, would you fight Errol Spence? I don't want to see that.
Right.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see Errol Spence fight Manny Pacquiao. So let's just get this. I mean, if you're gonna give somebody a shot, I mean, like, I don't know, Garcia, give some. Don't give the shot. Don't give the shot to Manny Pacquiao, please. That's all I'm saying. Don't have Manny Pacquiao fighting Errol Spence, because that dude is a politician in a third world country that needs his finances.
Yeah, I pulled up looks like a clip of Keith Thurman and Sean Porter from I don't know how many years ago this was.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah.
Who won this one?
I want to say Porter won that fight.
Porter won? Okay.
I don't recall. You got me now. I'm wondering, but somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But I think Porter won that fight.
Oh, okay. You want to give a shout out to? Oh, I thought you had a call coming in.
No.
Dusty Hernandez Harrison. Give a hometown shout out
from. Hey, somebody. RC, I know you the man out here. You the boxing aficionado that's in the chat room. I don't know if you know about this cat, Dusty Hernandez Harrison, he fought Friday. This is my first introduction to him. 33-0 with 19 knockouts. And when I tell you, well, I ain't gonna lie. Half of it is me being a homer. Half of it is me being a homer. He's from Southeast DC, Spanish cat. Thurman beat Porter. Thank you, RC.
Yep. Appreciate it.
Man, I'm just excited to see somebody from DC look good boxing. Let me just say that.
It's been a while.
It's
been a long
and
time.
It's just me reading. Google. I googled his name and just read whatever popped up.
Yep.
And there were people saying. There are people who have said that Dusty Hernandez Harrison is the best thing to come out of DC since Sugar Ray Leonard, and he looked good. I'm not gonna go that far. I ain't seen a lot of his fights.
Yeah,
but and let me backtrack. I'm just excited, so I want to sit there and say, well, sky's the limit and all that. He hasn't fought nobody yet. 33 wins, no losses, 19 knockouts. Let's see what happened. But I definitely want to give him a shout out. I want to be a platform from the area that says, Dusty Hernandez Harrison, we see you. And if y'all don't know about this dude, look him up. Southeast DC. Shouts out to him.
And one of the things I was surprised about, you talked to me about this before we got on air, was that he had a deal with Rock Nation years ago, and they kept him on the shelf.
And I didn't even think about none of the stats, and I'm going to cut you off. No, he's not the dude that killed. No, and rest in peace to Maxim Dadashev. No, he's not that guy. RC, I'm with you. I'm just telling you what was said in my Google searching. So but
who is the best from DC since Sugar Ray?
Probably nobody. I mean, you can't. That's a Sugar Ray Leonard. I mean, come on. That's kind of like.
No, I'm saying since. If he's saying Dusty's not, then obviously there's somebody that he thinks is better than Dusty.
It's just that you can't.
Or is Dusty
because
the best
Dusty,
by default?
No, Dusty is a projection. Is more so what I'm saying.
Okay,
or what people are saying. So it's not. There hasn't been anybody from DC since Sugar Ray Leonard. You get what I'm saying? Because there's nobody. Nobody's been that great, so you can't make a comparison.
But that's also been inspired by the amount of people in the area that have watched these fighters come in and out of the gym, and have watched these guys on YouTube and stuff like that.
Well, no, these are the site. I forget the site I looked at, but these are boxing people who are in the field of local boxing that are saying that. I wish I would have wrote the guy down in the exact quote. But this dude came into professional boxing at 16. Before coming to professional boxing at 16, had 157 amateur fights. I'm just saying, I'm happy to see that somebody from DC putting the work in. And I just want to put anybody in our platform or that hasn't been aware of this guy, be aware. Get hip. This dude is here. He coming. And I want to say that you heard it from the Barbershop Sports Talk podcast because he's from Southeast DC.
No doubt. Shout out to the homie.
Yeah, that's all I had to say about it.
No doubt. So Tyreek Hill, I guess we can get into this topic here. So Tyreek Hill, turns out he will end up playing in the NFL for the Kansas City Chiefs this year. The league found no evidence of, I guess, any violation of their conduct policy. And so, he won't be suspended for an amount of time, and the Chiefs are going to keep him on the squad. So, my opinion on it is this. I'm happy that he's playing because I like watching him on the field because he's that much of a difference maker. But to me, this decision puts something else in a highlight. And to me, that's Jimmy Smith. And if people don't know what I'm talking about, Jimmy Smith got suspended for 4 games last year before the start of the season for quote-unquote threatening and something. And I missed I'm kind of paraphrasing the quote, but basically there was evidence of threats being made to his girl or whatever, and the NFL came down on him for the threats. So it's like, okay, so Tyreek Hill, we found nothing, no proof that he beat the kid, that he hit his child, no proof. Happy about that. The part where he said, "You should be scared of me too." Like, you can make a case. You can make a strong case that's kind of a threat. And that was on audio. Clear as day.
Look, I'm Tyreek Hill.
So I'm not saying all this to say that Tyreek Hill should be suspended. I'm saying all this to say the NFL, y'all really inconsistent, one, and number two.
Man, what else is new?
Why Jimmy Smith have to be screwed over?
Is this a Ravens thing?
People want to say that, sure.
I'm just asking.
But it's the only example of a player being suspended for threats.
Yeah.
That's the only example. I can't think of nobody.
Well, what I'll say is that I guess in the grand scheme of things, if you listen to the audio, which I didn't listen to a whole 11-minute audio of people arguing.
Now this is the new audio.
Well, it's part of the old audio. It just wasn't the entire audio.
Right.
They took what they wanted to play on the radio or the news or however it happened.
Right.
If I'm to go with articles of what was said and what wasn't said, at no point did he ever threaten her and say, I'm going to beat you up, I'm going to harm you, I'm going to do harm to you. None of that.
In that context, no. I agree with that.
So there's that. For me, though, look, I want to see something, and this ain't facts. It seems to me that something is going on.
Clearly.
Something is going on. And that's what I would say. Something is going on. And I don't know what. Truthfully, ain't my business. But if... And I don't know what investigation was held. But if for that audio to be the way that audio was... And all I did was read the words.
Yep. Yeah, something clearly is going
after
on.
Your investigation, y'all didn't see anything that was suspension worthy. If I'm basing it on reasons that you've suspended players
in the past, yeah,
I find that hard to believe. With that being said, leave that girl, man.
Yeah, that's where I'm at, man. Just
leave her, man.
You gotta go find.
Leave her, man.
Get out of the house.
Leave her,
man.
man. Because you got off this time.
And who's to say?
And let's be clear. Let me not say got off because I'm being as if he did something to get away with.
Right.
And maybe he didn't do nothing. Maybe the extent or the threshold of what he did was the yelling and whatever was said. I don't remember everything exactly what was said. And again, I didn't listen to no whole 11 minutes of people arguing. That just don't get a rise out of me, and I don't care what I do for for a living. You know what I'm saying? What I do on this, I don't care about the fact that I do I'm not listening to 11 minutes of nobody arguing to give y'all the scoop per se. I get paid for opinions, and I ain't got to be informed. Ain't nobody always.
And Mo Cheese, no, I did not listen to the full audio.
But my point is that where there's smoke, there's fire. That's what I'm saying essentially. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And I'm not saying falsely punish somebody, but I am saying that I find it hard to believe that with everything that I've gathered, y'all didn't find nothing to pad. Y'all didn't find nothing. Now, if there was a way to prove that they really found nothing, and I would be satisfied, and obviously that ain't the case.
Right.
Cool. I'll say this. They investigated the situation, and you did not get punished. This is your out. Because what I do recall is him saying things like, you got me in these situations, and if I wasn't messing with you, then this wouldn't have happened. And I recall that part of a conversation.
Yep.
So if you could say that, and here you are, exonerated from pretty much everything that was part of.
You got suspended from the building.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There was almost a chance that, the Chiefs were going to cut you.
Yeah.
There was almost a bigger chance that nobody would pick you up. Now's the out, man.
She's not a good business decision.
Now's the time to get out of the situation.
Yeah, this is not a good move for you. Look, you about to get a contract.
Yep.
She's going to come for that money. Yep. You're going to pay her that money every month.
Yeah. If it's child support, cool.
Yeah, and leave it be.
Yeah.
You have no reason to be around or talk or deal with this woman.
Unless it has to do with that child.
And really, and this is insensitive and not necessarily something that I would recommend. At that point, you got assistance. You have people on your team that can go talk to that woman about your kids and relay that message back to you. That's not, again, it's not something I would recommend.
Sure.
But right now, that bag and securing your kids' financial future until you need to be away from that girl until you can trust that girl or trust your dynamic where you're not in this situation again.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because if he says you got me doing this, then obviously there's
something in that. There's something in that dynamic that's not boding well for Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, there's something inside of him that's keeping him there, and it's like enough's enough. Like it's like he doesn't have the mindset to be like, all right. This ain't good. We gotta go. I gotta go. I can't have you. I can't share the same household with you. I can't do it.
I can't talk to you. Like, look, and let's be clear. Without me and my baby mother ain't never been nowhere into none of this. Let's be very clear.
Yep.
But when she is pushing my buttons the wrong way, cut off. Don't call me. That's got something to do with the kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Broncos boy says she must have that good.
Yeah. Look, man.
Hey, man, it's undefeated, right?
Nah, it's defeated. He's rich.
Sure.
He is rich.
And so are many other athletes, and they still fall into the good.
But no, they don't fall into this situation where his money is about to be or could have possibly been compromised.
You'd be surprised, man.
Yeah,
I mean, we don't hear enough about it, but athletes make some terrible decisions with their money.
Right, with their money, not with who they choose to lay with.
Sure.
You can cancel, respectfully, I don't mean to disrespect her, you can cancel that bitch. You rich.
Yeah.
You know how many Instagram, I don't mean call them bitches, I don't know them. You know how many women on Instagram that he likes their pictures every day, and if he just decides one day he could shoot a DM, he would get a response from one of these motherfuckers. And he's rich.
I'm Tyreek Hill.
I'm rich. You see my profile? You see
rich.
the money that's about to happen? Come on, man.
You see the $100 million I'm about to cop?
Go to the club one night. Come on. Look.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Just don't hit nobody.
Leave her alone, man. Leave her alone, bro. I want you to get your money. If you ain't do nothing and documents say you could, you ain't do nothing.
Yep.
Man, leave her alone, bruh.
Yeah.
Leave that woman alone. Leave her alone. Y'all don't mix.
Yeah.
Y'all don't mix.
Yeah.
But I'm happy he's getting his money, man. I truly am.
Yeah, I'm happy for that, man.
I truly really am, man. I'm happy that
you pay him now because you don't have to pay Mahomes. You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
And so
Damian Williams is cheap right now.
Yep. Kelsey, I think, got his money already.
His money already. Yeah.
He did. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you good, man. I was like, as a football fan, I was concerned for the Chiefs this coming season if Tyreek Hill wasn't there.
Maybe
that season could have took a step back without Tyreek Hill.
Oh, we was about to find out how good.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So,
Mark Sanchez finally retires as if he hasn't been retired.
Mr. Butt Fumble.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be doing ESPN College Game Day or something like that.
Good for him.
Yeah, he's getting that bag.
He should be doing college football. He shouldn't be doing NFL.
Nah.
Good for him.
Yeah, just don't show us how the butt fumble played out. Just don't do that, man. But he I mean, early on in his career, the 2 title game appearances with the Jets?
Yeah.
And after that, it just kind of
the roster around him,
the roster around him, obviously ran the football, played good defense.
Yeah, come on.
All he had to do was not make mistakes.
Yeah,
that. But
I mean, I don't understand what I could really give him props for. I mean, I guess he didn't make the mistakes. I guess.
Yeah.
But
that's what you got to do.
Nah. Hey man, you where you belong, man. You're still making money in America.
Yeah.
You're white, so I guess.
I think the last sight of Mark Sanchez was in a Redskins uniform. Wasn't it last year?
2 years.
Wasn't he in the
2 years ago?
Wasn't he in the Eagles game? Didn't he come in for Colt McCoy or something like that?
I don't think that was last year though. In fact, I'm sure that wasn't last year.
You sure about that?
I'm pretty confident it wasn't last year.
Oh,
I'm confident. I'm not 100%, but I'm confident. Now you're making me think about it. I think that was 2 years ago though.
Oh, okay.
I think that was 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm confident in it. I mean, I could be wrong.
Okay, you might be right. You certainly might be right.
Clay Davis, what's up? Did we shout out Broncos boy?
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Yeah, he had some comments in there.
And
he Broncos boy brought up Steve Atwater earlier in the chat room when we were discussing safeties and stuff.
I think that's and Steve Atwater was official. Don't make this seem like I'm saying he's not. I think that's a little fan.
Right.
Little fan.
So an update on Mark Sanchez. He did play last year. He played in 2 games and started 1. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was the Monday night against the Eagles, if I'm not mistaken. That was the game where Peterson had the long run, the long touchdown run. Yeah.
There you go.
So,
all right.
Okay. I knew, I'm like, wait a minute, I think I saw this guy last year sometime. So, where you want to go? Some Duncan?
Well, I didn't want to go Adrian Peterson, but Clay Davis asked about it.
What up, Clay?
No, we didn't talk about his debt, but I will say this.
Times like this make you wish, like, ordinary guys like us who don't even sniff the amount of money that these players get, it just makes you think, like, damn, like, if only you could just give me an opportunity.
Somebody did him grimy. Somebody did him grimy. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that yet because it was reported that somebody did him. Somebody in his crew.
Sure.
I don't know how close his crew was.
Right.
How close
and we don't know the context of how maybe that relationship was shaped up.
Payday loans and all this
we
type
don't know.
Of retarded
we don't
shit.
know.
I don't. So I don't want to make this a Adrian Peterson, you fucked your money up thing yet because I don't know all the information.
Mm-hmm.
What I'll say though is, man, I would be looking for that person if emphatically a person that was my man's or my circle I hired got me looking crazy while I owe $100 million and I had $100 million career.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, damn, it couldn't even out a little bit. I got an O and these payday loans that he thought he paid, but he didn't pay because the dude ran off with the bread and all this. I'd be looking for that guy. I'm gonna tell you that. I'd be looking for him.
Yeah, I just would like to think that I could do my research, hire the right guys, investigate them, and I just would like to think that I could do that. But you're right.
But you never know.
You just never know. Sometimes.
You never know, man. I look, man.
The payday could be so big.
Do I have any friends with accounting degrees?
Yeah, we do.
Oh.
The homie Melvin, I think, has an accounting degree.
Yeah, I wouldn't hire him though. That's my man's. But
hey, respectfully,
I'm not, and not even because I believe he would do something malicious with my money.
Right.
That's I'd be frustrated with Melvin too often, I feel like. So
No. It's okay.
Yeah, but
it's all right.
Nah. But with all that said, man, I hope he's still playing this good and see what's scary about and bringing it to football. What's scary about the Adrian Peterson situation is that when you look at the Redskins roster, they got two guys that are younger and looking like, what's the point of having Adrian? And the guy they just got, I don't remember his name, but he's a young guy.
Right.
He'll be a rookie this year, if I'm not mistaken. 1 or 2 year guy.
Okay.
But for certain guys, they'll use him this year.
Mm-hmm.
He'll still be the number one guy this year. But if guys show out, you know what I'm saying?
He's gonna be on the bench.
He only on a 2-year contract.
Right.
That's $7 million. That's not a super dent in $100 million.
No, that's true.
I would hope that he got some money in the tuck that we don't know about.
I hope so. And Clay Davis brought it up. He's got a lot of kids from what I think. I mean, we've heard similar things that he's got a bunch of kids and everything. So I
didn't know he had a lot of kids.
Yeah. Maybe not on the level of Antonio Cromartie per se, but not
if
far
he
from
got
that.
5 kids, I mean that's a lot.
Yeah, five.
If he got 5, I don't know how many kids he has. I'm just saying if he has 5 kids, that's a lot.
Right. Five is a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, amazing to think that with all the kids, and you could still, this issue can arise, but it goes back to who's managing money.
I hope you get it. I hope you get it right, man. That's what I'll say. Yeah. I hope you get it right.
Yep.
I hope you get it right.
Clay Davis says you got to study your finances, even if you get a money manager. Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett got money taken from them. Garnett got to pay his ex-wife 100 racks a month. Yeah.
I remember seeing that in the shade room the other day.
Yeah. I heard about that. Tim Duncan joining the Spurs coaching staff, man. That's big.
Yeah, man.
I think that's big, man. It'll be good to see him back on the sideline.
How many? You think he gonna wear suits? Or you think he gonna wear the shirt?
I didn't even think about that.
Think he gonna wear it? I think they should let him wear the shirt on the bench.
I think so too.
I think they should let him wear the cookout shirt on the bench.
The shirt, with the jacket.
Did he cut his dreads off?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I wonder if he cut. I hope he keeps the dreads
because he did. He on his way out, he did grow some.
He grew some dreads.
Yeah. I don't know.
I hope he keeps. I don't know. I hope he ain't cut those.
I think he. I think after he retired, he spent some time back at
Virgin Islands. I know, and I also heard. I don't know if it's true or not that he took up like martial arts or some shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
You think that when Pop hangs it up, you think Duncan is gonna be the guy to?
I mean, maybe, but I just can't picture Tim Duncan.
The personality,
like does he ever raise his voice?
Right,
I don't know. I don't know if he good where he at. Good where he at.
Yeah, I do think though, if it doesn't go that way, I could see him in like a front office capacity too. I could see that. It would be.
I'm cool. I like the fact that Pop thought, let me
bring back one of the greatest.
Like he not losing right now. He making. They're not winning championships right now, but they making all the moves off the court that you like with the Becky Hammond and now this. Like you're making you're doing all the progressive moves that a top tier coach would do. I don't see how a person could dislike Greg Popovich.
Oh yeah,
like he does and says all the right shit. At least to our knowing. I mean, if he beat bitches in the back room, then maybe. But he's doing all the right things. It seems like, man. So shout out to Greg Popovich for hiring.
You think this is last year coming up?
I used to feel like he was on his last, 2 or 3 years, like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, the Tim Duncan being a head coach thing is an interesting idea. Now, I don't think, but if he was staying to train up Tim Duncan, then I don't know. I think he'll be a little longer than 3 years, though.
Okay.
He'll be a little longer than 3 years.
Okay, all right. Yeah. You brought up Becky Hammond earlier. I want to give a quick shout out, and it's not in the notes, but I just remembered it as you said Becky Hammond. Kara Lawson, who used to call games with the Wizards on TV for the last couple of years, she also got a job as an assistant coach with the Boston Celtics. So just want to give a shout out.
Of course, she would go to the Boston Celtics.
Of course. Of course, a team that we despise on this show.
But Tommy Shepard you couldn't think to go get Kara Lawson.
Yeah, it's crazy. But no, shout out to her, man.
Shout out to her for getting a job. But I don't. Not shout out for you doing it for Boston. Celtics.
Well, we ain't shouting out Boston.
Yeah,
we ain't shouting the Celtics
Boston
out.
Celtics,
but Kara Lawson, a female getting a black female.
I like
Kara
Lawson. I like Kara Lawson. So
yeah, you ever listen to her commentary?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, I think she's one.
Every
of
time a Wizards game on, she's pretty much on there.
She's pretty much on there. Yeah, I think she's one of the better ones out there. Yeah, as far as calling a game. So
I probably watch Kara Lawson more than I watch anybody call a game. So. There it is. Maestro, do you want Bill to stay? That's from H-Rap B.
Yeah, what up, H-Rap?
No, I don't want him to stay. Not because he's a good player. He's a good player.
Well, y'all gonna go with him?
Well, they're gonna give him. They're supposed to be getting ready to give him the max. That's what's happening. That's why he asked. They're supposed to be giving him the max.
Bradley Beal?
An extension.
Oh.
3 year, $111 million extension.
They got to go under the mattress to get the cash. What?
Hey, they got it apparently. But he's met thresholds that allow them to say we're going to give you a max. Like I don't know exactly what the thresholds are. I think it's like All-Star game, certain points per game, little stats like that. I don't want him to stay because I don't know. They're not going to build a team around them. They're just not going to build a team around them.
Yeah, and I think
they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. John Wall is going to come back at some point. And he's under a goddamn max contract.
He ain't coming back this
year. Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. Like, I get it.
I think if you're Beal,
break the team down.
And if you're as good,
hold on. I'm sorry. Isaiah Thomas is playing on his team, y'all, and it looked like he's going to start.
Isaiah Thomas,
IT4.
He gonna start?
I'm just looking at the roster.
Oh, because Satoransky's not there.
I'm just looking at the roster. Who's starting in front of IT4? I don't even like calling him IT4. But I don't like calling him Isaiah Thomas even though that's his government name.
Well, look, if you're Brad Beal, and as good as you've been, you don't want to be in a situation where you're not at least contending for, playoff spots.
They're not going to the playoffs this year,
and they're not going to do that,
and everybody knows it.
Yeah, they're not going to do it. So,
but it's like I said to you, a couple of episodes ago when I guess in the draft when they drafted the Chinese kid, which by the way has been playing Japanese. I'm sorry, has been playing very well or have played very well in the summer league.
Yep,
played very well. I don't, man. Bust this team down, and if busting this team down means that y'all can put together a good nucleus in, I don't know, four years, that's going to be consistently making the playoffs and title contending, cool.
Yeah, and Broncos boy says they better OKC that thing.
This thing as
apart.
This thing, speaking of OKC, let me finish the Wizards part. This thing as constructed, we're going to be sorry for a long time. Break it down and start over. Speaking of OKC, I saw this, I guess, meme or whatever.
Yep.
Have you backtracked on the Sam Presti best thing yet?
On what?
Sam Presti being the best
top five front. Well, I said top five front office, which includes Sam Presti and his people. Well, if I remember the episode we did after they got knocked out by the Blazers, I did kind of retort.
Okay. You did? I don't recall that.
Yeah, I think I slightly kind of retorted because it just, the way the team is constructed, you expect that they should be able to go far in the playoffs. You have a guy that's averaging a triple-double 3 straight years. You have one of the better two-wing players in the game. You have a solid, I wouldn't say, great, but you have a solid center in Steven Adams. And the moves they made the prior offseason. Getting Dennis Schroeder was a good move for them. That was to get Westbrook some rest. And a guy could come in and run the offense. They made some good moves. After they got knocked out, I retorted a little bit, and I said, man, you know what?
They still ain't have no two guard.
Yeah, Roberson still had the injury, and
Roberson is not a two.
And maybe
Roberson ain't a two guard.
And maybe defensively he might have made a difference in a sense.
And that's all he would have done. But Roberson can't even shoot the ball.
No,
Roberson
he can't. His best attribute is defense.
That's his only attribute.
So but. I
just saw Broncos boys saying they better OKC the thing, and it reminded me that you said that.
I remember saying that they had a top 5 front office. But if you don't mind, though, the reason I said that was because in a small market where most small markets draft players, they turn out to be superstars, and they end up losing them, in free agency or by the time they get to their real payday. OKC was able to overcome that. Like you've seen the Cavaliers not overcome LeBron leaving for those, years the first time. You saw the Magic not overcome Dwight leaving, and they were bad for, so many years after that. Oklahoma City not only drafted KD, Harden, Westbrook, they got to a finals. Granted, they didn't win it, but he let one superstar go. He kept another one. He traded for another one in free agency.
But I'm going to tell you, though.
Was able to keep that guy was able to keep him, and
Nas kept
now,
him,
and yeah, I wonder what Nas has to say about this.
I told you, man. I told you.
I
didn't like it when it happened.
I wonder what Nas has to say about all this, yo. Like, man, y'all invited me out from Queensbridge over to OKC for this, and then y'all gonna break it up after 1 year. I wonder how he feels about that. But the fact that he's been able to, he being Sam Presti, the fact that he's been able to keep this franchise relevant in this small city, small market for so many years, I think is pretty remarkable. Now, they didn't win anything, and that's the one thing that they're going to hold over his head is that you drafted Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden. You also had Serge Ibaka.
But I'm going to tell you what
you also had Paul George, and you didn't win anything.
I'm not going to count Paul George. You had those 4 players, Serge Ibaka, James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Westbrook. And you let Harden go over...
Not paying them extra money.
And I'm talking like $3 or $4 million.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm never, ever going to be okay with breaking that.
Did we know that Harden was going to be what he was? Did we know he was
going to be an MVP? No, but we know that he would have, if he was coming off that bench consistently like he was, he was going to be one of 6 man every year, and that would have been key for what they was developing.
And who knows, they might have gone back to a finals.
We're talking about possibly the Golden State Warriors before the Golden State Warriors became the Golden State Warriors. Mm-hmm. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
for like $3 million,
right?
$3 or $4 million,
right? And even still, they even had their shot against those same Warriors a few years ago.
Yeah. So I will forever be missed with that conversation. I mean, we won't go down that rabbit hole again.
Yeah. So
Clay Davis.
Just for the record,
I'm sorry.
Just for the record. So Sam Presti.
If I recall the argument, to answer your question, no. But the reason why I agreed with you, if I recall the conversation, was because there was just really nobody else to put there.
Well. Was funny.
I agree. I felt like no, he wasn't. But when you said who else could go there, I couldn't think of nobody.
Well, when I think back to some of the people that I talked to about this, if I'm not mistaken, obviously the Spurs was my in my top 5, and then I had Toronto in there with Masai, Boston with Ainge, and then Golden State obviously, and then Oklahoma City right after that. Yeah. Somebody mentioned to me Indiana and Houston, and
definitely
I said
Houston.
And I said okay,
not Houston.
You don't think with the moves they made, at least being aggressive, you don't think?
Yeah, but it was the wrong move. And let's be clear, I didn't like Chris Paul from the jump.
Okay, despite the fact it worked. Or
did it work?
Huh?
Did it work?
Well, regular season wise, I mean, he got hurt. I mean, the man got hurt, and he probably would have won if he didn't get hurt.
Yeah, but probably almost don't count.
I mean,
would you say it worked considering how it started and ended? I would say no.
No, I mean, look, you don't win a championship as a failure, right? I understand that, but
but it's more so when you're that good in the regular season and don't win a championship, you kind of got to look at it like,
Yeah,
and considering the money they gave to Chris Paul, look at the rest of that team,
which is ridiculous.
Look at the rest of that team, though. Who else is good on that team? Eric Gordon, I guess.
Eric Gordon, Clint Capella's not good.
Clint Capella ain't a game changer,
but he's still good.
You
can have so many game changers on your squad.
Yeah, but I'm talking about guy. When I say game changer, let me not say game changer. Role player,
right?
Clint Capella. There is no point of Clint Capella's game that you feel like could get them to the chip. They don't have a good roster. They don't have a roster. They don't have a championship roster. Take away James Harden, they're a garbage team.
But you know what? They built their roster to beat Golden State,
and they couldn't beat Golden State.
And they almost did it. No, it was up 3-2. The guy got hurt. I mean. And they were shooting threes until that Game 7 when he missed 27 straight. I mean, What?
They missed 27 straight. That's the roster you put together.
I don't know. Something about that is a conspiracy theory to me.
That's not a good team outside without. That's not a playoff team. That's not a good team if James Harden is not there.
And Chris Paul's there, or if both of those guys aren't there.
No, if Chris Paul could be there. They're not a good team.
I think we talked about this. Because I've seen Chris Paul will some teams to a playoffs.
Yeah, you're not talking about that Chris Paul anymore. You weren't talking about that Chris Paul when he signed to the Houston Rockets.
Sure, because we didn't think it was going to work. We didn't think.
No, I'm just saying that they got Chris Paul on decline.
Sure, I guess for me, I had to believe it to see it. I had to see it to believe it, I should say.
Yeah, that's not
because it's just. I mean, because there wasn't really a history of Chris Paul being on bad teams and him happening to carry the load. So I guess for me, I just had to.
He was carrying them bonus teams when he was, you know what I'm saying, the man. When he was scoring with the assists.
Yeah, sure. I mean, David West, Tyson Chandler.
Yeah, like that squad.
Stojakovic.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But okay. Hey, speaking of OKC, did you see these uniforms, man?
I glanced at them, but no, I didn't see them. I glanced at them, but I couldn't. I know. I remember seeing a black jersey. And here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. I am irritated at the fact that this team is about to be trash, and the first thing y'all think to do is change y'all jerseys. I don't care. I don't think it's ugly, or I just think it's a jersey.
That is ugly.
Look, if I'm an OKC fan, I'm irritated. That's what I'm irritated. I'm irritated.
That's ugly.
Some
people want the team to move back to Seattle.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
I wouldn't be mad at it either.
I'm irritated that this team is going to be trash and y'all changed y'all jerseys. That's what I'm irritated with.
Yeah, that's ugly. So what, they going to change their floor too, I guess?
Look, respect, because I'm glancing and I'm seeing that you're saying they saying this in honor of the OKC bombing. Respect. Nah, but at the same time, nah. Maybe it's just bad. Maybe it's just timing. Is this an anniversary? 1995. This is about to be 2020, I guess.
So maybe 25 years ago. So
I mean, if it's a 25th anniversary thing,
25th anniversary.
Yeah, if it's that, okay,
that's what they're saying.
All right.
So yeah, I'm glad you caught that because I just looked at the uniform and
it's that,
really read the title of the.
I can't argue with none of that, but it seems to me it's timing. Like, this team is about to be trash this year.
Yeah, like straight trash.
Yeah, I don't want to. If I'm a OKC fan, I don't care about your jersey change when our chances at being good left.
Yeah, if I'm at the OTB or the racetrack betting on something, or at the sports bar, I would surely bet that the Thunder would be in last place in the Western Conference this coming year.
I don't think they'll be that bad, but they'll be bad.
I would. Last place? Who's worse than them?
Who's worse than them?
You think Phoenix?
Maybe. Phoenix.
Close, maybe.
I mean, Phoenix hasn't. We don't know that Phoenix put it together yet. I mean, Rick Rubio is there. I don't know.
Yeah, they've drafted some guys over the years.
For all we know,
it's got to click at some point.
Jackson's been there. Aiden's on his
first. Booker's been there.
Yeah, like I don't know that they're gonna put it together this year. Who's their coach again?
I think they hired some European.
They hired somebody this year. Yeah,
yeah, but
whoever he is, we don't know.
It's got to click at some point.
No, it doesn't.
For the Phoenix Suns.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to click. And for all intents and purposes, right now, Chris Paul is playing for the Thunder.
Yeah, and I thought that the Thunder was going to do him a favor and just be like, okay, let's just find a home for you. But when you think about it, where else could he go?
And what I was reading is like you said, they couldn't find a place for him to go.
Yeah,
that's what I was reading.
Yeah, that sucks for him, man.
I can't say that it sucks for him. He's been again.
Oh, you're saying my bad. Monty Williams is the coach.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. How can I forget that?
Maybe they'll be
Monty. Yeah, Monty's a good coach.
I mean, I don't mean it's going to get put together this year either, but
sure.
Yeah, OKC might be last place there. I don't know. I'll say this. Chris Paul, I'm talking on both sides of my neck right now. I don't think he's trash, but I think he's trash, if that makes any sense.
I guess by his standards, I guess from what we've seen from him, he's old. I
He'll run the point. I hope it's some. I hope you're looking forward to Jerian Grant.
Yeah, Schroeder's still there, right?
But Schroeder's coming off the bench. You still don't, for all intents and purposes, you still don't have a 2 guard.
Right.
So who's scoring here?
Schroeder's there. Steven Adams is there. Oh man, this
it's not gonna be a good team, man.
This might be the biggest fall from grace to a basketball or even a team in sports. Period.
No, definitely the Cavaliers.
Yeah. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, definitely Cavaliers.
That was bad. But yeah, man. I would make that bet in a heartbeat that they be last place.
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of with you now. And I'm thinking about because I do think Monty Williams will make them a better team this year.
No, not necessarily playoff team.
Yeah, just a better team.
Yep. Dallas, I like what they've done. I mean, they basically got a Euro team pretty much. I'm wondering how much defense is going to be played.
You don't believe they play defense?
I mean, yeah, they have the length. I mean, they'll get their blocks, and they'll do that.
I mean, I don't know. I don't watch Dallas Mavericks basketball.
But I'm just talking about
on paper.
Porzingis. Porzingis can defend in terms of blocks.
Will he be ready to play this year?
I think he'll be ready.
Okay.
I think he'll be ready. And then Duncan is there. He can score. Who's the other guy they got? Can't remember the other.
Who got Seth Curry?
I think the Mavericks did get Seth Curry.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they did. So Dallas has got a pretty good roster going. So I don't expect them to, be at the bottom of the West either. And then Sacramento, what they did last year, you'd think they improve upon that. We'll see what the Luke Walton thing, brings about. And speaking of Luke Walton, man, I hate to, segue to this, but that case with the girl went kind of quietly. Like, why hasn't this been a topic?
I think it was kind of quiet when we talked about it.
Yeah, it was.
It was kind of quiet when we talked about it.
It was. I mean, there were articles about it, but it just seemed like nobody's following up on it.
I don't know if it'll. Yeah. Nah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't want to talk Wizards.
You don't want to talk Wizards?
No.
You want to talk about Sacha Brown?
What do y'all really expect me to what?
You don't want to talk Sacha Brown?
What?
So my man Ted was like, let me go to the football side and go get me an analytics guy.
I went and read that. I know he's worked in D.C. Like his lawyer firm was in D.C. One of his firms he worked. Look. I watched his little. He did a little press conference, not a press conference, like a little video.
Yep.
I'm here. We definitely want to up the practice facilities and all this shit. I'm like, Sacha Brown, why are you here? What are we talking about right now? What are we really talking about right now?
Yeah, right.
I don't want to. Yeah.
It's kind of like what the Mets did when they got the who was it? They got the football guy, I think, to do their operation.
Yeah,
that hasn't worked out for them.
And I don't care. I don't care.
Hey, I mean, at least y'all starting off fresh with a new front office.
I mean,
your boy Grunfeld ain't there no more, so you know what I mean.
Well, Thomas Shepard, figure it out. And you got, and in my mind, you got 5 years to figure it out.
5 years?
5 years.
That's mad long.
Figure it out.
All right.
Because they got to break this team down.
Yep. You got to figure out what to do with John Wall.
You got to break this team down and build it back up. You got 5 years.
Wow.
And I'm going to be calling for your job. This is 2019. If you ain't got it together by 2024, I'm calling for your job.
Wow. Well, I'm about to end this podcast because
sure.
I can't talk anymore. And
man, you did a good job, man, playing under the weather, man.
And been below 100% pretty much from last night to today. So appreciate y'all.
Dedication to our own black-owned business.
Yes, yeah. Appreciate everybody that tuned in. The chat room, people out there listening, and Chibs for calling in and, giving us a full hour.
I'm about to say, carried us through this shit.
Yeah. The throat, pause. It's scratchy right now, so I'm trying to get off this thing real quick. But make sure y'all check us out, man. Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast.com. We got videos, we got blogs. We also got some previous episodes that maybe you missed. You want to check that out. Also on Facebook, we got the page there, as well as Instagram at Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. And also we're on Twitter at Barbershop SPOR2. Also, you can follow us on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe if you're on there. And if you got any questions or comments, just email us at barbershopsportstalk1@gmail.com. So, Maestro, if you got nothing else, man.
Nope.
All right. Y'all have a good week. And actually, we're off again next week. We'll see you.
We taking
August.
We taking vacations, man, because we do what we want to do.
Yeah.
We own our business.
Yeah, and because because we can.
And news is slow. Shit. Fuck y'all want. I'm not gonna keep looking into these B and C side stories trying to come up with content for you. I'm just gonna take a week off.
Nationals hot though.
Huh?
The Nationals are hot though.
Define hot.
They would compete. They would compete for a playoff spot right now.
Okay.
If the season ended, they would be in the playoffs.
I'll pay attention for a couple of weeks, I guess.
There you go. All right, peace, y'all. Yo, what's good? This is Trey Frazier.
Styles.
This is the Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast.
Sir.
Make sure y'all tune in to us every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time.